What's good, y'all? In this video, I went to every team and took 2 of their role players and combined them into one good player. Now this process took a while. I had to go through, compare each stats of each players and pick whichever's higher, put it on there. It took a while, so if you guys can leave a like, I'd appreciate it. But yeah, we're just gonna sim through a season, see how these new players play on their team, and see who's the best that we created. Alright, so we're just gonna start off by showing each player. First off, on the 76ers, we created Matisse Niang. Obviously, he has the three-point shooting of Georges Niang, but the elite defense of Matisse Thybulle. That's Matisse's biggest, stripe on him is that he can't really play offense. Now he's got Georges Niang's offensive ability. Now looking over to the Bucks, we have Serge Antetokounmpo here running center for them. It's a new Antetokounmpo brother. Basically, with this one, we had Serge's outside ability of shooting the ball and also his defense, but with the athleticism of Thanasis Antetokounmpo, created a pretty solid starting center for them. Now we're looking at Ayo Caruso here, starting shooting guard for the Bulls. He's got the offensive ability of Ayo Dosunmu, but the elite defensive ability of Alex Caruso. It's a perfect matchup right there for shooting guard. And I know it sucks, we had to make the Cavs even more overpowered. We have Isaac LeVert here at small forward for them. Pretty much the same thing with Ayo Caruso. It's the defense and offense combining the offense ability of Caris LeVert, but the defense of Isaac Okoro. You guys might start to see a slight little trend here with the guards. We got Peyton White here, the offense and shooting of Peyton Pritchard with the defense of Derek White. This one might be one of my favorites here, Luke Wall. This is a little change up. We didn't really go too much defense here. John Wall has solid defense. We just put John Wall with the second best shooting in the game with an 88 three-pointer in Luke Kennard. And John Wall's athleticism, playmaking, finishing, I think this guy is going to be one of the best ones we created. Now the Grizzlies, they have John Clark here. It's basically the shooting of John Conchar onto Brandon Clark. Just made him a stretch big for them, and he's their new starting center. Looking at the Hawks here, this is probably the most disappointing one I created, and also I think he's the lowest overall. It's AJ Hunter here, a combination of DeAndre Hunter and AJ Griffin. AJ Griffin had better offensive, like shooting and finishing and all that, with obviously DeAndre Hunter's elite defense, but it really only put him up like 1 or 2 overalls. It's a disappointing one. Looking at the Heat here, they finally found their power forward, Dwayne Martin, combination of Dwayne Dedmon and Caleb Martin. It really was just, it added that versatility because Caleb Martin was able to guard the perimeter, Dwayne Dedmon more interior, can both shoot a little bit, so combining all those gets you Dwayne Martin. The Hornets also have a Martin brother, and it's Nick Martin in this one. Combination of Nick Richards and Cody Martin. Just made him more of a stretch guy, more versatile defender, pretty similar to Dwayne Dedmon, or Dwayne Martin, my fault. So when I said Luke Wall was going to be one of my favorites, Laurie Vanderbilt is battling for that favorite spot here. Laurie Vanderbilt is also one of the only players to become the highest overall player on their team. It's a combination of Laurie Markkinen and Jared Vanderbilt. Basically elite defense in Jared Vanderbilt, and then I'm not going to say elite offense, but really, really good offense in Laurie Markkinen. It's going to be very, very cool to see what this guy puts up. Looking at the Kings here, we have Malik Mitchell at shooting guard for them. Combination of Davion Mitchell's great playmaking and defense with Malik Monk's scoring. I think this could be one of the sleepers. Looking at my hometown Knicks, we have Obi Fournier here, small forward for him. The shooting of Evan Fournier, also a little bit of the perimeter defense of Evan Fournier with the high flying action, the high energy Obi Toppin. I really like this one. This is another one of my favorites, Kendrick Westbrook, a combination of Kendrick Nunn and Russell Westbrook. Basically just fixed Russell Westbrook's shooting a little bit, made it at least league average, as you see right here, as a B+. I think this could help the Lakers bounce back. Now with the Magic here, I just kind of got a little freaky. We got Paulo Bamba here. Basically, I just put Paulo Banchero in a 7-foot body with elite rim protection. So I think that could be pretty interesting to see. Looking at the Magic here, is probably my favorite name to say out of these guys. Maxi McGee is an 84 overall, one of the highest overalls that we created. And it's basically just JaVale McGee, but can shoot the lights out. I really like this one a lot. It's got elite perimeter and interior defense because Maxi Kleber's perimeter defense is really good for his size. And I think this is going to be one of the most versatile bigs that the NBA has right now in Maxi McGee. With the Nets here, I did also want to get a little freaky. Pause. Cam Claxton is here. Cam Thomas and Nick Claxton. I don't know what it was. I just kind of was really intrigued on making all these big stretch bigs can handle the ball. Just see what it is. The Nuggets have a new starting power forward here with Zeke Gordon. Combination of Zeke Naji and Aaron Gordon. Zeke Naji's ability to stretch the floor along with Aaron Gordon's finishing and defense and even his playmaking I think helped out a little bit. Created Zeke Gordon. Now with the Pacers here, I'm pretty confident this is actually the highest overall player we created. Buddy Jackson at an 85 overall is Isaiah Jackson and Buddy Hield. Again, just really wanted to try these, freaky stretch bigs, except Buddy Jackson has very, very, very good interior and perimeter defense, along with the shooting, the finishing. It's got a little bit of everything here. Buddy Jackson is a GOAT. The Pelicans have a new lengthy wing because they can't get enough of those right now. Trey Nance Jr., Trey Mann and Larry Nance combined. Trey Mann's shooting along with Larry Nance's finishing just creates a great, great, great forward for them. The Pistons here combined their two centers to make Nerlens Noel, and Isaiah Stewart combined. It's a lot of Isaiah Stewart's offense with Nerlens Noel's defense makes a perfect center, good combination of the both. Looks like Buddy Jackson has some competition. Gary Boucher is tied with him as the highest overall player created. Gary Trent and Chris Boucher, another one of those lengthy stretch bigs, great defender, great shooter. Really interested to see who does better, Gary Boucher or Buddy Jackson. The Rockets got a new starting power forward in Josh Gordon. No, it is not the football player. It is Josh Christopher and Eric Gordon combined. It's a lot of Josh Christopher's finishing and athleticism with Eric Gordon's playmaking and shooting. It created a great wing for them. Looking at the Spurs here, they have a new highest overall player in Josh Podol. Jakob Podol and Josh Richardson combined. Like I said, I really was interested in making these stretch bigs that could do a little bit of everything. The perimeter defense and shooting of Josh Richardson with the interior presence offensively and defensively of Jakob Podol. Really like this creation right here. The Suns heard Jay Crowder doesn't want to play there anymore, so they created Dario Biombo to be their new starting power forward. Dario Saric and Bismack Biyombo together here. Dario's shooting with Bismack Biyombo's finishing and defense creates a perfect power forward for them. The Thunder here now have Lou Mann. It's a combination of Lou Dort and Trey Mann. Again, I really just wanted to combine the defense of Lou Dort with the offense of Trey Mann to create this guy right here. This guy right here is one of the sleepers in my opinion. Jaden Pascal. Combination of Jaden McDaniels and Eric Pascal. Again, with that defense and offense, swapping over there. I think this guy can make a little bit of noise here. For the Trailblazers here, I was a little stumped. I didn't really know who to pick from. Anthony Simons is actually an 80 overall, but I put him at shooting guard just to fix the rotation here. So he qualifies here, but technically does not, so that's why I didn't choose him. So I made Gary Payton, and Nas Little combined. Just made an elite defender, interior and outside on the perimeter. Just gonna be a really, really good defender with Gary Little here. The Warriors Talent Factory is still open here with their creation of Andre Kuminga, combination of Jonathan Kuminga and Andre Iguodala. Really what it is here is Andre Iguodala's playmaking and defense combined with Jonathan Kuminga's athleticism and scoring, shooting, and all that. I like this one right here. And last but not least here, the Wizards have Will Morris, combination of Will Barton and Monte Morris. It's like a big point guard here to run next to Bradley Beal at 6'5". Got the playmaking, got the scoring, finishing, defense, a little bit of everything that you want in your point guard in Will Morris right here. Now we have nothing left to do but sim the season and see which player becomes the best. Let me know what you guys think about your favorite team's created player. If that's a player you would make. If not, what player would you make on your favorite team? This time it actually is not Luka Doncic. It's Nikola Jokic averaging a triple-double to win MVP. Jabari Smith wins Rookie of the Year. Spencer Dinwiddie, 6-man. Nerlens Stewart, Defensive Player of the Year. That's exactly what I was trying to make. Good shit, Nerlens Stewart. And Andre Kuminga, Most Improved Player. Yes, sir. 2 award winners with our created players. Nerlens Stewart also makes All Defensive First Team. And Laurie Vanderbilt makes All Defensive Second Team. Alright, now let's start looking at the stats of what these guys did. Matisse Niang here, you see the points per game are pretty much the same as what he is with that shooting with the defense of Matisse Thybulle. But of course, it's only fitting that since he's mixed with Matisse Thybulle, he has a down shooting year. That's pretty ironic. Serge Antetokounmpo here averaged a pretty calm 9 points, 7 rebounds, an assist about, and a block. Shooting it pretty well. I mean, it's not much. He's not doing too much here, but he is on the Bucks. They are pretty loaded. Io Caruso over here on the Bulls put up 12 points per game, 3 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 steals. Maybe he got snubbed from all defensive team. Who knows? Shooting it pretty well too, especially more than Alex Caruso normally shoots it. This is a pretty good mashup of players right here. Now looking at Isaac LeVert here, he put up 13 points, 3.5 rebounds, 5 assists, a steal. Shot it pretty bad, I'm not gonna lie. It's a down year for Caris LeVert's shooting. And again, pretty funny how he's paired with someone who can't really shoot and they have a down year. Nonetheless though, a decent season for him. Peyton White here, it's kind of a little underwhelming stats, but nonetheless, he put up 13 points, 2.5 rebounds, 5 assists, half a block, half a steal. Shooting it really well from 3, incredible from 3 actually. There's a lot of mouths to feed over here in Boston, so he shot the ball efficiently. I'm sure he played great defense, not much more you can ask. Another kind of underwhelming player here, Luke Wall, only put up 10 points. I mean, he did put up 7.5 assists, which is really good, and a steal as well. But just overall, I thought he would average a little bit more points. John Clark here put up 8.5 points, 8 rebounds, a block and a half. He shot the ball well. Not much more you can ask for him. Looking at AJ Hunter here, this was the lowest overall player we created, so I kind of expected him to have a little bit underwhelming year. 10 points, 3 rebounds, an assist, almost a steal. I shot it pretty bad, to be honest. So, like I said, I expected him to be underwhelming. Dwayne Martin here put up a pretty good season for the Heat. 11 points, 9 rebounds, an assist, a steal, a block and a half, shooting the ball really well. And his brother Nick Martin did pretty much the same thing for the Hornets. 12 points, 7 rebounds, an assist, almost a steal, almost 2 blocks, which is insane. And he shot the ball pretty well as well. Laurie Vanderbilt tied for the highest overall and also an all-defensive second-team appearance this year. Put up 14.5, 13 rebounds is insane. An assist, a steal and a half, a block and a half. He shot it really poorly, but 13 rebounds is still wild. I don't know who that came from because it definitely wasn't Laurie and definitely wasn't Jared Vanderbilt. Either way though, steal and a half and a block and a half, that deserves all defensive second team. Malik Beasley for the Kings here put up 12 points, 3 rebounds, 5 assists, and a steal. He shot it pretty efficiently. Obi Fournier put up a show in the Garden this year. 18 points, 7 rebounds, assist and a half, a steal, and he shot it really, really well too. Another guy I was pretty interested to see how he would play, Kendrick Westbrook. His points per game took a hit down to 16 points per game. His rebounds also took a hit down to 5, still giving them 7 assists out, but he shot it really, really well. His turnovers went down. I'd say this is a success for Kendrick Westbrook. Paulo Bamba, one of those stretch bigs, those demigod builds that I created in this. 15 points, 9 rebounds, 3 assists, a steal, 2 blocks, shooting it incredibly. Yes, sir, Paulo Bamba. Incredible stats here for Maxi McGee, putting up 14 points, 10 rebounds, an assist, 2 blocks, and shooting it pretty well. Not the best from 3, but overall pretty well. 14 points per game is way more than what I expected out of Maxi McGee. Cam Claxton, another one of those tall demigod builds. 14.5 points per game, 8 rebounds, an assist, a steal, 2 blocks, shooting it really well. Cam Claxton is a demon. Looking at Zeke Gordon here for the Nuggets, he gave him 13 points, 6 rebounds, 2.5 assists, almost a block there, shooting it incredibly. Love to see that, Zeke. Buddy Jackson, oh my lord. This is the first player so far that has averaged over 20 points per game, 21 points, 7.5 rebounds, 2.5 assists, a steal and a half, almost 2 blocks, shooting it incredibly, man. Damn, 50, 40, 90. Buddy Jackson, you're on demon time. He also led the Pacers in scoring, by the way. Disappointing season here for Trey Nance Jr. Only 7 points, 5 rebounds, an assist. He shot it okay. Not too much to say about Trey Nance. Defensive Player of the Year winner Nerlens Stewart put up 10 points, 11 rebounds, an assist, 2 steals, 2 blocks, shooting it great. Not really from 3, but shooting it pretty good overall. Fantastic stats for Nerlens Stewart. Gary Boucher for the Raptors gave them 17 points per game, 8 rebounds, a steal and a block and a half, shooting it really well. I'm not going to hold you. Josh Gordon's stats look almost identical to Eric Gordon's stats. I don't know if that's a good or bad thing, but he gave him 13 and a half, 3 rebounds, 4 assists, a steal, shooting it like Eric Gordon. Josh Podol here, the highest overall player on the Spurs, gave them 17 points, 11 rebounds, 3 assists, a steal, and 2 blocks, shooting it really, really well from the field. Good season, Josh. Dario Biombo, the new starting power forward for the Phoenix Suns, gave them 12 points, 8 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal, 2 blocks, shooting it pretty well. Not bad. Lou Man over here putting up 17 points, 3 rebounds, an assist, a steal, shooting it incredibly from the field. Love to see that. Now looking at Jaden Pascal and the Timberwolves, he gave him 13 points, 4 rebounds, an assist, a steal, a block, shooting it really well from the field. Love to see that for Jaden. Looking at Gary Little's stats now, he put up 9 points, 6 rebounds, an assist, a steal and a half, and a block. Shooting it all right. I really made this guy just to be a demon on defense, and I mean, an assist and a half and a block is pretty good. Now, Andre Kuminga for the Warriors here. He gave them 15 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists. That's definitely where that Andre Iguodala playmaking came in hand. A steal, a block. He didn't shoot it the best, but you can't ask for everything. Finally, Will Morris here gave the Wizards 14 points, 4 rebounds, 6.5 assists, a steal, shooting it pretty well from the field. Not a bad season for Will Morris. Before we sim the playoffs, right now, just based off the regular season, I'd say the power rankings, the top 2 guys right now are Nerlens Stewart and Buddy Jackson. Let me know who you guys think had the better season. Leave in the comments down below. Either 20 points per game for Buddy Jackson or Defensive Player of the Year for Isaiah Stewart. Oh shit, new camera angle dropped. Yes sir, I made this so you guys can see all the playoffs. I'm not going to focus too much on these early rounds, but just in case your favorite team or one of these teams in the corners that I would have blocked, I wanted to move it just so you guys can see now. Alright, so we're just going to simulate through this first round of the playoffs to see what happens. The Phoenix Suns get eliminated. The Denver Nuggets, Atlanta Hawks, 76ers, Cavs, Heat, Lakers, Grizzlies. Okay, let's see now what happened. So the Sacramento Kings upset the number 1 seed Memphis Grizzlies. I wonder if Malik Mitchell had anything to do with that. Let's see. And he did in the elimination game, put up 14 points, 3 rebounds, 9 assists. Not a bad game. And the 6-seeded Minnesota Timberwolves upset the Suns, the 3-seeded Suns. Let's see. Had our guy Jaden Pascal. He had a pretty decent game. 8 points, 3 rebounds, 1 assist, 2 steals, and a block. I'm sure he played great defense. Buddy Jackson's 8-seeded Pacers upset the Miami Heat. Let's see what he did in that elimination game. Buddy Jackson, 17 points, 7 rebounds, 1 assist, 5 steals, and a block. Sheesh, you are nasty, bro. Alright, now let's just sim through this next round. See what happens in this one as the Kings get eliminated, the Pacers do get eliminated, the Clippers, and the Bulls. Unfortunately, Buddy Jackson is eliminated now. He, in the elimination game, put up 19 points, 14 rebounds, 2 assists. It's a great, shooting 50% from the 3 in that elimination game as well. Great effort in the loss. In the playoffs, he didn't average 20, but pretty much damn near did. Great season for Buddy Jackson for sure. All right, conference finals now. We have Trey Nance Jr. and the Pelicans, Jaden Pascal and the Timberwolves. Then over here in the East, we have Peyton White and Serge Antetokounmpo. Let's see who will come out on top. Simulate this round. And the Bucks get swept. That's crazy. And the Pelicans, they lose in 6. Jason Tatum, Eastern Conference Finals MVP, and D'Angelo Russell, Western Conference Finals MVP. All right, NBA Finals. It is going to be a battle between Jaden Pascal and Peyton White. They both got some pretty tough matchups offensively against them. Let's see who comes out on top. All right, game 1 is a Celtics win. Let's see, Peyton White, how'd you do? 11, 5, and 6. Not bad at all. Jaden Pascal, I'm going to need some retaliation, but it doesn't look like it. Damn, y'all going to go out sad? Y'all going out sad, man. Jason Tatum wins Finals MVP. In the elimination game to secure the sweep, Jaden Pascal only put up 8 points and 2 rebounds. Not the best game. On the other side, though, to make sure that they swept them, Peyton White put up 19 points, 2 rebounds, 10 assists. A great double-double for him right there. In the playoffs overall, he stepped up from the regular season. He's a playoff player here, Peyton White. Put up 15 points per game, 3 rebounds, 6 assists, half a steal, half a block in the playoffs. Shooting it almost 50, 40, 90, 53% from the field, 46% from 3. Definitely a great season for Peyton White. Anyway, though, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you leave a like, subscribe so you don't miss the next one. I know I had a lot of fun making this video, so I hope you guys had just as much fun watching it. In the description, there's links to all my social medias, so make sure you follow me on all those to keep up to date with me. Catch y'all.